Okay, I love you.
Okay, I love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Book and Prejudice. My name is Mar and this is a very nice, quiet, relaxing evening in my life. Now, it is Friday evening, it is 7:14 p.m. and it's been a very hard week. It's been very long hours at work, it's been 12-hour days, which is fine because we're done with it now and it's the weekend. And I really want to start my weekend very relaxed. We have quite a hectic weekend just because we're spring cleaning and everything. So I want to start off with just a very calm and relaxing evening. So on this beautiful Friday evening, and I mean beautiful very sarcastically because it's pouring down with rain, we're just gonna make some dinner, get some snacks, get in bed and have dinner in bed while we read and watch TV. That's literally what this video is. So if this is not something that you're into, that's fine, I understand. But if you are into a relaxing evening, then by all means do join us here. Grab a nice cup of something warm or perhaps something cold and join me as we just kind of relax. Now, the purpose of my evening is to get it started within the next 45 minutes. So I have 45 minutes to kind of set the mood up, and there's a mosquito in my camera. Go away. Thank you. So we have like 45 minutes to just set the mood right, clean up my backpack, unpack, get ready for the evening, and just get in bed. I really want to take a shower, just to kind of take away the stress of the day. But other than that, I don't really have much to do. I do have a couple of books that I want to read today, so I'll be sharing those with you guys shortly. But for now, let's just get into cleaning up. I'll catch up with you guys once I'm done. Hello. It is a few minutes later. It's been like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, but it feels like it's been a lifetime already because I am washed, I am laundered, and I am quite literally in bed. So let me show you guys a little bit of my setup right now. I have two books that I'm going to speak to you in a second. I have a little aperitivo that Greg's made for me. Got Real Housewives reunion here. That was a very close-up of my nose, I'm sorry. My lamp, Greg's lamp, a candle over there, ish, more or less, and this like really pretty LED light. So like this is the perfect setup for me if you ask me. Now I'm gonna plop my phone on the tripod that I have so nicely brought here so I can make aesthetic shots and talk to you guys. Oh, there we go. There we go. So let's talk books because after all this is a book channel. Got my drink, important in this channel always, and I'm gonna talk about the books that I'm reading tonight. So this is tilted. I think that's still tilted, but no. This is the first book that I'm reading. This is the book that I'm planning on finishing tonight. This is Inés y la Alegría, Inés and the Happiness, by Almudena Grandes. This is one of the best authors in Spain of the 21st century. And this is how the book is. The book has been mutilated because this book has been taking me a while to read. This is tilted. This book has taken me a little while to read because I'm gonna be very honest. The first 200 or so pages were a little bit hard to get into. The writing style is very complicated. The writing style is very jumpy. You never fully know until you've read like a few pages who is speaking. So that's like for like a few first pages. So it's a little bit hard to catch up on. But now that I am on page 578, I am honestly loving it. In fact, there was a part in this book a couple nights ago that made me sob, and I'm not someone that cries with books. I don't think I've ever actually cried with a book before, but this part just like really, I thought it was very emotional. I thought it was very beautiful, so it made me cry a lot. So my main goal for this evening actually is to finish the book. As I said, I'm on page 578, and the book has 729 pages, so less than 200 pages to go. Just in terms of context, this book is about the Spanish Civil War, and the book takes place between 1934-35 all the way until, well, currently we're in 1965, so you know it does narrate quite a big chunk of the history of Spain during the 20th century, which I really appreciate. This was a very recent war that happened. This is the war that my grandparents went through, you know. This is a war that raised my grandparents, and the dictatorship that was there until my mom was like around 8 and my dad was like very young. But it is not something that is far away like it would be, for example, the Tudors or something like the other type of historical fiction that I tend to read. So I really appreciate the proximity, and it feels like I am reading through my grandparents' story, which I really appreciate. That being said, it is heartbreaking because it narrates the story of this woman, Ines, and her search for a happy life, and how hard that is for her, because every time that things start going well for her, there's a setback. There's something that happens that takes that away from her, which is heartbreaking. But it's also very nice, and it's very empowering, and it's very hopeful, and it's the one thing that makes the main character the way she is that she's always hopeful. She always believes that there's the good things, and I think that that's the reason why the good things come to her, because she is actively searching for the good in all the time. It follows very closely the communist side of the war, what was known during the war as a Republican side. They're exiled to France, their life in Madrid, they're trying to reconquer Spain from Franco. So I would definitely highly recommend reading this book if you're someone that is interested in modern history in Europe, and specifically in Spain, of course. This is the first book of 6 of a series called Episodes of a Never-Ending War. There we go. Translation takes me a second. And after getting through the first half, I have to say I'm really liking it, and I'm actually very excited to kind of continue reading it. When I finish that book, if there's time, I'm gonna be reading The Witch and the Tsar. I don't know what this book is about. I bought it on an impulse because it looked very interesting, but give me 1 second and I will let you guys know what it's about. So it's set in 16th century Russia, and it follows this life of Yaga, who's a Russian witch, who has been living for centuries in a Russian forest in the middle of nowhere, and is suddenly called to help the Tsar, Ivan, who is better known as Ivan the Terrible. And when she emerges from her forest, the Russia that she left when she went in is very different to the Russia that she is finding. So I'm very excited to read this. It looks like it's gonna be a very nice, cozy read. This is a very chunky book, so I was between this book and The Priority of the Orange Tree, but if I'm honest with you guys, I need like a short, quick, fun book to read, and I feel like this is gonna be the perfect vibes. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to read this, because there is quite a bit of this left, but we're gonna try. We have all evening. That's literally my plan. So I think I'm gonna read while I watch some Housewives. At some point I'm gonna change to Taylor Swift, probably. So yeah, maybe when Greg gets here I'll change to Taylor Swift while we have dinner, because we are having dinner in bed. Like quite literally, I'm in here until tomorrow morning when I wake up. So that's it. Shop's closed. I locked my door. Like no. Happy Friday, team. This is it. Anyways, let's start reading. Hello, it is around 10:20 and I have officially finished Almudena Grandes Inés y Alegría. I really enjoyed this book, especially the ending. The ending was very beautiful and heartbreaking and warm and wonderful. But I think I'm gonna give it a 3-star just because parts of the book itself were a little bit slow. But I really enjoyed it. I definitely see why this book and this author have been so popular in the past and in the present. They really are, like, it really was a wonderful story of love, hope, perseverance, heartbreak, difficulty, I don't know, and any other word that is a synonym of that. But it is only 10:20, so I think I'm going to start The Witch and the Tsar, because I've been wanting to read this for a really long time. So I think I'm gonna read 20 or 30 pages. I'll share with you guys my opinion when I start it, and I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, this book was very good. Thank you to my padrino for gifting it to me. I will be reading the other 5 soonish, but first I'm gonna start reading something a bit lighter, something that's not as heavy as the Civil War in Spain was, because it was quite a sad book. As I was saying earlier, this is a story of not just my country, but my grandparents, my uncles, my aunts, my parents. So it was very sad to see what went through, what they had to survive, what they had to work with, what they had to do. And thankfully that is not the case anymore, but it does also bring a lot of light to the importance of protecting our democracy, or the importance of, you know, being smart with the choices that we make politically, because history does tend to be very circular, and that is not always ideal. But yeah, let's read something a bit lighter for a little while before we go to bed, because otherwise I think I might cry. It was quite sad. The ending was very good, but it was a very sad book, so I don't want to cry. So let's read something happy for a little while.